Hey everybody, this is going to be a playthrough of the C.P8.2 mission from the Georgian Oil War campaign for the Su-25T. Looking at the mission briefing, we've got an afternoon mission in the winter. There's just some pretty high clouds in play, so you can get high enough to get up above the AAA and the SAM threat for the most part, and there shouldn't be any problem spotting targets, plenty of light. Looking at the Allied flights, there's a couple other Su-25Ts flying around besides you and your wingman. There's also a couple of Ka-50 helicopters. Looking at the threats, we've got Stinger Manpad IR-guided SAMs, Zu-23 AAA emplacements, and Gepard AAA. There's also some AH-64 Apache helicopters flying around. Those look pretty different from your friendly Ka-50 helicopters, but you have to get pretty close or see them on the TV screen to tell the difference. So be careful about shooting any helicopters unless they're shooting at you or a friendly or getting shot at by a friendly. If they're not doing any of that, probably just ignore them. Looking at the mission planner, the objective of this mission is protect 4 friendly groups as they advance towards these allied objectives in the south. So we got the first group here, second group here, third group here, and fourth group here. And they're all more or less coming straight down the coast and then kind of zigzagging through here as they make their way to the objectives. In order to keep those guys alive, there's a few enemy armor groups we need to deal with. So we got on the coast, we got 2 groups of tanks, one north of this river here, 4 tanks in that group, and another 4 tanks in this group south of the river. And then as we come inland, we got 4 IFVs north of the river and 4 more IFVs south of the river. That's about it for anything that can kill your friendlies other than the Apaches. Other stuff in the area to be aware of, we got some AAA and some SAM threat. So we got a whole bunch of Gepards. I think these are all random spawns. One kind of to the east of this forest here, just north of the river. One here in this little nook just north of the river. This one here in the villages south of the river, and this one here along the coast. So you may get all of those or none of them or some mix. Similarly, we've got some random spawn man pads back in here. So one behind the second coastal tank group, and then one behind the second IFV group. And then there's a bunch of Zu-23 emplacements. Those really aren't enough of a threat to worry about, so we can just ignore those. If you get far enough south, you're going to be at risk of getting hit by, I think there's a man pad here in this headquarters group, as well as this Gepard further south, but you probably won't get that far south, close enough for those guys to be a threat to you. So the overall plan, we're going to take off out of Kobuleti Airfield, fly south along the coast. Off in the distance, you'll be able to spot Batumi Harbor here. So basically just find that harbor and then track north along the coast until you find this first river. That's going to be the river that splits your various objective groups. So once you've spotted that, locate this first northern tank group on the coast along the river. It should be pretty easy to spot. Go ahead, you've got some KH-29T missiles, so you can certainly ripple those off in one pass, both of them. And then if you spot either another tank or this Gepard along the coast, you can go ahead and kill that with a Vicar. So you should be able to launch 3 missiles in one pass. If you like to, you can hang your wingman back, anchor him back further north somewhere, but you don't really have a lot of time before the friendly units are going to come into contact. So the quicker we can kill these frontline armor units, the better. So it may not be worth it to hold your wingman back. In either case, you've got enough missiles to handle all of these enemy units if you need to alone. So if you bring your wingman in and he dies quickly, it's really not a big deal. So focus on this first tank group. Go ahead and kill all those guys. Then probably focus on this next tank group, kill all those guys. If you get this Gepard or if you see this man pad further back, go ahead and kill those. Once you kill all the tanks, you can move inland to this inland IFV group. These guys are going to be kind of in the trees and buildings, can be a little difficult to spot. It's probably not critical to kill all of them. It's unlikely that group, especially if you kill a couple of those units, it's unlikely that the remaining units will be able to destroy any of your friendly groups, but the more of them you can kill, the better chance you have of completing the mission. So find what you can from that group and kill those guys, and then move south along the river, following the river east, but look south of the river. If you can find this Gepard in the buildings, go ahead and kill that one, or this one out in the clearing, kill that. And then once you've cleared out that anti-air to your satisfaction, go ahead and find these IFVs and start killing these guys. Those are pretty easy to spot if you just follow this river. There'll be big black dots out on the white snow, so pretty easy to spot. Once you've killed as much of the enemy armor as you can find, if you want to, you can engage other stuff in the area, but there's really no reason to for the mission objectives. None of it's really a threat to your friendly units. So once you've killed all the enemy armor or as much of it as you can find, you can either hang out and kill stuff for fun or just RTB and wait for the friendly units to get where they're going. Once all 4 of those groups arrive in their objective zones, then you'll get the mission complete text. You can end the mission or RTB. All right, start the mission. All right, we'll head to the coasts. All right, we got the city of Koboleti on the coast here. Further down by the harbor, we got Batumi. So we'll expect to find a river somewhere along here. The units should be around there. I'm gonna anchor my wingman here for now. Start looking, about here. Alright, we got some enemy units there. That should be the river right there with the bridges, so this must be the front line of tanks. We got the next group behind them there. I'll try to use the 29T missiles on a couple of these guys on the first pass. This is probably a Gepard right here, so we'll take that out too if we can. Just getting a visual reference on the ground for where these units are.
Ground forces 105. We are advancing to our objectives. We are marking the attacking force with red smoke now. Out.
Just waiting for a lock. There it is. Fire on 2 tanks. I'll try to take that Gepard if I can find it. That's definitely a Gepard. Throttle down and pump out flares as I dive away, just in case there's man pads in range. I didn't get shot out by too much, so I'll bring the wingman in with me on the next one. I'll call him to me now. Alright, I'll send the wingman on this tank here, and I'll take that one further in. I'm gonna hang left a little bit to get the laser around the edge of this tree. Watching for anything shooting at the wingman. Saw some AAA fire, but I'm not sure where it came from. I will try to find some targets at that smoke that's further inland. Alright, yeah, I see some stuff here. Send the wingman on one of these that's a little bit more exposed. Take this guy in between the buildings. Not gonna be able to turn away too much because of those buildings, but I'll do what I can here. That wingman must have got hit by something. Not seeing other units in that area, so I'll focus on the stuff behind that first group at the coast. Alright, there's one more tank in that second group along the coast, and then we'll try to find the stuff inland again. Gotta get some more elevation so I can get a better angle looking down at everything. I got a Gepard there, so go ahead and take that out. Can't tell if that's alive still. I thought I saw it on fire earlier. Not sure where the other two units in that group are. They might be this way. Uh-oh, now I've lost that good part. Ah, here he is. A little closer than I'd like to be, but it should be okay. Alright, we got a good part there. And some tanks or IFVs, I'm not sure which, back here. I'll take out the good part first and start attacking those behind it. Still a couple units probably in the buildings further inland or further to the coast from there, but I can't find them. And all the buildings might present line of sight issues, so they may not be much of a threat to the friendlies anyway. Go ahead and use launch permission override, fire in the sky a little early. I'm high and fast enough that the missile will get there, no problem. I've got a nice smoke plume there to help me find that area again. Yeah, that should be close enough. Trying to see if I can spot the friendlies moving along here somewhere. I don't see them. don't see the last of the 4 units there. It's probably hiding behind the trees, but probably don't need to kill them all. See if I can get a lock on him as we go by somewhere in here. Oh, he's over here. Okay. Alright, sounded like a man-pad shot blew up somewhere around me. Got a little careless getting in close there.
Fuel 1500.
That fuel flow seems a little fast. I wonder if I took a little hit somewhere along the line and didn't notice it. Might have a bit of a leak. So probably have time for a couple more passes, then we'll have to RTB. So the last guy was a little further off to the left somewhere. Yeah, up here. Looks like there's a Zu-23 or something behind him. Not too worried about that. Try to stay high for this attack, stay above man-pad effective altitude. And since we're high and fast, we go ahead and launch from here. Alright, that's it for that group. I'll try to find the last couple of the buildings with my remaining passes, but if I don't get those, it's probably not a big deal. Building up some distance to give myself plenty of time to look around. When I get pointed at the target area, I'll just go autopilot straight and level so I can focus on the TV. But stay up at about 3600 or so. Be reasonably safe from any man-pad shots. Alright, we'll find those coastal guys and work our way from there. Alright, there's the coastal units. Just a quick peek for friendlies. Still not seeing those, but that's okay. Here were a couple of the enemy units. Just looking for the other two guys in that group. Wonder if they're behind these buildings. Oh, we got one in the trees there. Come at it from a different angle here. A bit more straight in from the coasts. We should find some dead units around there by the river. It's the wrong river. Oh no, here's some dead units. Just working our way up from there. Not seeing the stuff that we definitely killed already in here, so might just have to skip this stuff and head home. Probably friendlies. Yeah, we'll just RTB. Got the city of Koboleti there, so the airfield's out a little bit further there.
to 105. Ground forces have reached their first objective. Out.
Заруливайте на стоянку.
Alright, now that I've landed, I'm going to cheat a little bit since I'm not taking off again. I'll go ahead and look at the F10 map, see what's going on with those friendly units, where they're at. Those guys have got where they're going. These guys just have a little bit left. Should get mission complete pretty quick here. I'm going to speed up time a bit. Alright, there's mission success.
Out.
That'll do it.